Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing character. Today, power's been a little bit weird. I found out a couple doors down has not had power since Friday, and there's a line crew there. So if I lose internet and power, that might be why. But we are back at Bear, and we're starting off the day with a real nice fish. 6.586 common carp. Nice fish. So I do have a couple of fish in the catch net. I logged in a little bit ago and then lost power, so didn't get anything major. I was noticing things were a little bit funky, so I wasn't recording yet. And then when I lost power for a few minutes, took the dog for a walk. Power came back on, came back, or while I was gone. So hopefully we get power through the episode here. But I did make some changes. So I did buy some wagglers, and I got 3 gram wagglers so that I can have size 16 pop-up bollies, but not bollies, boilies, and corn on it as well too, and not be overweight. So I went and bought 2 of those. I bought 2 of the same size ones, and thanks to those in the comments that said kind of what I was thinking, what I was doing some research on, that you do want your stuff to be sitting on the ground. The wagglers, what's good about them is they are much taller, so they're easier to see even if they are sitting on the ground like they are here. So that's what I've got on there. Good news about them also is they are glowing ones, so we'll be able to see them in the dark without turning on the flashlight. Not that turning on the flashlight really matters, but just be easier to see. So we are at Bear. We're over here at 5531 again. We're using cocoa and cream oilies. I think I've got corn on both of them. I do have corn on both of them. I think I've got the exact same setup on both of them right now. And hoping to have a good day, and starting off with that 6 kilo bream was a good thing. I did see we got a advancement or achievement or something like that when I caught that. I don't even know what that one is. Rise and shine or something like that. Catch a fish with a rig with a luminous float. Okay, that makes sense. So that was the first fish I've caught since I bought the new floats. But a 6 kilo common carp's not a bad fish for telescopic. And a couple of folks with 19 kilos here. Um, using bigger stuff, probably even bigger equipment than what I have. And if I look at weekly common carp, 17, 13, 12, all over at amber. And looking at US weekly, just out of curiosity, that's common roach. That's the biggest US telescopic by far right now this week, but it's also Sunday evening, so there's not a lot of fish being caught yet since they reset everything. I do have the float or the bottom rod out with red worm and small hooks. Probably more set up for nighttime than daytime, but we'll see what happens. So far, just about an hour ago, the only thing I caught on it were these 2 tiny gibbles. That I honestly should have just thrown away and not even mentioned, but it is what it is there. So looks like we're about 900,000 XP away from a level up. Won't hit any major milestones today as far as fish go. We're 9763, so long ways away from 10,000 fish. And I expect this type of fishing to be a little bit slow, so we'll see. four-legged thing on his evening walk. He ended up playing with dog at the end of the street, so he is pretty worn out. They got to the stage that they were just rolling around in the grass, play fighting instead of not rolling in the grass, but still play fighting. So they were both worn out. Small gibble there on the bottom rod. Come on, fishy fish. It was more active before I left. It's kind of warm. It's 24, almost 24 degrees. I think that's almost room temperature. Yeah, that's 75. That's what my air conditioner is set to. So not super hot, but a little bit warmer than it usually is. Bone fish. Missed that one was under. So I missed a fish there. It happens. Bone fish. Another nice common. 2.285. Yeah, I've got the exact same setup. I was just curious because it seemed like rod one has been a little more active than rod two has been for me, but I'll take it. Nope, thought I was seeing it pull down a little bit. Uh-oh, we're good. 7.467 common carp on telestick. I will take that. There's definitely a nibbler there. I don't think it ever actually bit though. Brain noticed only 2 digits of carrots. That's why I switched back to the view real quick again. Ah, got greedy. Downside is that uses up at least a dip and maybe some corn when you pull out like that. Giggity. Small gibble again. I'm afraid to put big hooks on that rod just because this is such a carp location. And that rod in reel is only a 5 kilo reel. And while it's hard to get spooled at bear, it is very much possible. Especially if you only have 100 meters of line. If you're able to get 300 meters of line on, it's almost impossible because Bear is not that long, that wide of a lake. It is a long lake, so you can run all on this side. But you can usually keep a fish on if you do have one. If you have 300 meters of line, which I doubt this rod does. It may actually have. Oh, pulled it out of the fish's mouth. I do want to work on buying the boilie grinder to make ground bait dry mixes or ground bait in general that I can use here as well. That'll help the bites. Decent common, 2.553. Or get a Cobra slingshot. I don't know if I am able to use a slingshot yet. Yeah, I don't know even what that's under. Is that under bait harvesting, maybe? I lost it while I was looking at the skills. Use of Cobra, there it is. So I need to be 85 before I can do that anyway. And we're still a ways away from 85% float fishing. Little perch. Oh, greedy Tucker is greedy. Well, I think I hear the power trucks driving off. And if that's the case, that's a good thing. Either the trucks just drove off or more just came in. Couldn't tell which direction. We're getting to rough time, so river mussel, I'll take that too. Keep forgetting there's river mussels here. Uh-oh. Ooh, baby. This one's self-hooked too. Woohoo! 14.8 kilo common carp on telestick. I will take that. 7,400 XP. Water body record, common carp on telestick. Just US, but that's going to be a good one. That will probably stick up. It's deeper over there. I'm impressed. I'm getting it out a little further, actually. I took a step forward. That's why it's steeper. The good news is that's why I wanted these, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on YouTube, but for me, I can see the little red tips, the very top of the floats very well without the light on. So with the light on, if you see that little yellow band on the floats, if I turn my light off, I can still see from above that band up. So I don't have to be looking directly at them at night. To know there's a fish on. If I have them turn over to look at the bottom rod, I can still see the red tips. I don't know. I know YouTube and compression makes things a little bit darker, so they may not show up as well for you all. And that wasn't the biggest one. Actually, no. Hardcore. Hardcore nubs in one of the channels that I fish in when I'm on my main account. Which I haven't been on in a long time. I'm not sure I've been on it since the start of the year when I changed roles at the 4-letter W word. And things got really busy for me. $812-gram gibble. Qualified for 5 types of fish and 10 types of fish using a hair rig. I was too late. $1.92 kilo common carp. $489 gibble on the bottom rod. Oh, decent common. Probably over 3 kilos. Usually when it gets kind of that golder color, it's over 3 kilos. 4.287. Not bad. Float was behind the line. Couldn't see it. That one, I'm actually curious. I can't remember the actual capacity of this rod. 21 kilos, so that 16 or 14 kilo one wasn't quite maxing it out, but you saw how hard it was pulling. It almost actually broke our line. Come on, fishy fish. Come on, fishy fish. Come on, fish. The line blowing on the first rod makes me keep thinking there's a fish, but it's just the line blowing, not the float moving. Oh, come on. That was on there. That might have been enough, just picking it up to scare it off. $410 gibble. It feels like it's been slow, but I've got 20 fish. Granted, I had a few already in, so I've gotten 16 fish in 32 minutes. That's not too bad for carp fishing. Probably a gibble by the looks of it. Nope, small common. Drop those two non-markers up for fish pieces. Oh, dang it. That was me pulling it out of a fish's mouth again. Come on. Come on, big fish. It's a little bit hazy today with the wind and rain. We had some really good rainstorms today, this morning. Ended up taking the dog for a long walk. And it's an interesting day when it's 70 degrees, 75 degrees room temperature out there. And when the sun comes out, everyone's roof started steaming because there was so much water on them and the difference in temperature between the house and the warm sun. And it was 90% humidity. Little bream. Probably a perch or a mussel with it being way over there. Except it's a bream or a gibble. Gibble. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I muted. You might have heard me screwing a pop back on a bottle of soda there. Probably was already muted and remuted, or I just forgot to hit the button. I honestly don't remember. Tiny gibble. Watching the nibble there on 2, but it looks like it gave up. Surprised this morning time has been this slow. Usually this is when things pick up for me. Just gonna go ahead and recast everything. At least rod 1, I haven't cast it in a while. Ah, blessed. Dang it. One kilo common. At least it's a marker. Oops. Too early. That was weird. I've got a little bit of music playing in the background for me, and the bell was ringing in time to the music. And I looked up at OBS and saw my audio showing the desktop audio kind of bouncing around and forgot that the bells were ringing. But my music was somehow playing through because my headset has 2 different channels. It's got a chat channel for Discord and a game channel, and I've got the music running through the Discord channel right now, which isn't going to OBS. I've thought about playing music, especially with carp fishing being slower. I may do some more uh, music streams. We'll see. The service I've been using behind the scenes that would allow for creator music just change their prices significantly. So it doesn't necessarily make sense. And again, this is just a hobby for me. So I may have to look for something else in that space. Come on, fishy fish. I mean, one more good one before I need to wrap things up. We got about 10 minutes. And the dog's up on the couch asleep now. He was passed out on the floor from his wrestling match. The dog up the street having a good time. Man, pulled that one out of the fish's mouth too. Come on, big fish. One more, one more. This was not the rod I was expecting to have a bigger fish on. It's an okay one. 887 perch. It's on a 24 hook. That's a big perch. One fish. No, don't run away, fish. And it ran away. $4.91 kibble. Come on, fish. I missed a fish, it looks like. But we're going to go ahead and call it there. We got 25 fish, not the best. Did get a couple of really good fish, though, so I think we're still going to make a decent amount of silver today. Let's make sure I don't have anything to cut up. I think I already cut everything up I need to. Yep. I still think we got pretty close to 100 silver today. We'll see. That's the grocery store, Tucker. Fish market's over here. 83 silver, a little bit low. That 14 kilo was 27. 7 kilo was 13. So not a horrible day. We probably have the top 3 common carp on telestick US weekly record, since it is very early in the week. We got the top 4. That 4.2 even was on there. So is what it is there. But 83 silver, not the best, not the worst. Had a lot of fun though. So basically paid for my floats too. So overall, a good day. Hope y'all enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow over on the spin character. And we'll see you then. Bye bye now.